Hello everyone, I'm back as promised with another parcel of Beatles records. So this, I hope, is an interesting one because this might be the most blind I've ever gone into one of these. Someone had them for sale on eBay a couple of days ago, and they had them for sale at a pretty good price. But the only particular detail was pictures of the fronts of the sleeves. There was nothing of the backs of the sleeves or indeed the records. And so it caught my eye because they look pretty good. So I messaged the seller and I said, can you send me some pictures of the records and the backs of the sleeves? And he said, I can't, sorry, because they're at my nan's house. So I thought, I could have waited until he was next with the records, but I thought to myself, I'm almost certain they will have gone by that point. And so I thought I'd take a little bit of a punt. He said that they were all in nice nick. So I made him an offer, which wasn't actually that much below his asking price. And he sold them to me. So, yeah, all I know is that is what the actual titles are. And I thought as a little bit of fun, call it fun? I don't know. Fun for me. I'd show you, before I take the records out of the sleeves, I'd show you what I would consider to be the getting towards the top tier collectible pressings. Certainly might be useful for those of you that don't really collect Beatles, because, I don't know, maybe then you could see really what you want to look for. So, sorry for all that waffle. Let's just set the camera up and take a little look. So I've got to say, these are not particularly well packaged. So I'm going to have to be quite careful with this. This is just parcel tape and bubble wrap. And this is a fairly sharp knife, so quite carefully. I'll tell you what, this is boring. 2 secs. Here we go again. So you can already see what one of them is. Okay, so just for the sake of comparison, let me show you what I'm hoping for. Now, just to be clear, I'm hoping for them, but I'm not going to be devastated if I don't get any of these, because they're all fairly rare. So this is my personal copy of With the Beatles, and as well as good condition, what I'm really hoping for is that misprint there. You really got a hold on me. If that is one word, then that's a really sought after first press. So as you can see, you can sort of see what I mean about the state of the front of the sleeve. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's a UK mono first press with the Beatles. And yeah, that's looking pretty nice so far. So it's got that misprint there on the sleeve, which isn't all that unusual, as we say here in South Wales. Let's take a look. So it's got the original inner sleeve. This is all looking quite promising, I've got to say. So there's side A, and it's a 7N copy, which tells me that it's not the misprint copy, but nonetheless, wow, that is a stunner. Okay, so let's just take a look at side B. Yeah, that's in really quite superb condition. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. Both record and sleeve, and indeed the original inner sleeve, are all in fantastic nick. Great. Okay, so that's a good start. Right, I'm just taking these as they come. So next up, I can see that I've got Please Please Me. Now this is what I would really like to see. It's the really sought after golden black label. I'm almost certain that what I've got here is not that, because with these really early ones you can see the printing credit is all the way over in the right corner, Angus McBean printing credit, but with this one I can tell that it's slightly later because further over to the left. But that said, like I say, the front of the sleeve is amazing. That's the spine. That's the back of the sleeve. It's got some tape residue there on the flip backs. In fact, that tape is still on there, but that's probably gone brittle and I'll probably be able to just take that off. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's a nice sleeve, gotta say. So it's looking like this is what I would generally refer to as a fourth press. 421-1N on side A, and wow, that's really as good as you're going to get on side A, at least. That has not seen very much action at all. So just for context, at this point in the game, I would say that either of these records are worth much of what I've paid for the four of them. So it's going really well so far, and even if the final two were not very good, I've still got a bargain. So the next one that I'm going to show you is Revolver. Here is my copy. It's a UK mono copy. And what I would love to see, what I would be also astonished to see, is, do you see the matrix number there? 606-1. That's a very, very, very early copy, and it's got a withdrawn mix of Tomorrow Never Knows on it. Very hard to come by. So once again, front of the sleeve is excellent. Oh, look at that. That sleeve is an absolute belter. In fact, yeah, that's actually better than mine, I would say. So that's not an original inner sleeve, that's a CBS inner. Let's take a look at the disc. So it's just like I showed you a couple of days ago, 605-2 on side A. This is not a 606-1 copy, because I don't think they came with the Times New Roman labels. And 606-2 on side B. Once again, that's a very nice copy. I'd say it's seen a little bit more action than the previous two, because you can sort of see a little bit of spindle wear there. But certainly nothing unforgivable and playing surfaces are really nice. Okay, lovely copy of Revolver there. And lastly then, I'm going to show you Rubber Soul. So here's what I'd love to see. This is out of my own stack. So do you see the -1 there? And the -1 there. Okay, so that's a very early copy. Not reportedly the best sounding copies, but the rarest and the most sought after. So let's take a look at this. There's a number of different variations this could be. Once again, the front of the sleeve is amazing condition. That's the spine. And it makes such a difference when they come from a smoke-free house, because lots of people smoked in the 1960s, and that really did show on the back white panels of the sleeves because they discoloured terribly. But this one is looking good. So here we have side A, and that is 579-4 on side A, which I would say is probably the easiest of these mono copies to find. But nice condition again. It's got the Times New Roman labels. And side B, again -4 on side B. And Times New Roman font again. That is in great shape. So, 4 very, very nice records there. Definitely the first 2, absolutely stunning. But I think Revolver and Rubber Soul, really almost as good. And the sleeves, all absolutely fantastic. So, pretty pleased with that little haul. Yeah, I think I got myself a bargain. I hope you enjoyed looking at those records with me. If you did, then give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and all that other nonsense. All right, see you again soon. Bye.